Game of Thrones Season 8 struggled to live up to the high expectations audiences had from it, but its creator's Netflix sci-fi show is not treading the same path. Even after all these years, Game of Thrones sustains its legacy, which will only solidify as its overarching franchise continues to grow. However, to this day, Game of Thrones' legacy is marred by its underwhelming final installment. Although many factors contributed to the show's decline in quality towards the end, a few played a crucial role in its final downfall. Fortunately, Game of Thrones creators' ongoing Netflix sci-fi show is already avoiding Game of Thrones' biggest Season 8 pitfalls. Game of Thrones creators' Netflix sci-fi show has already overcome Season 8's biggest issues. In an interview, via GQ, Kit Harrington opened up about his thoughts on Game of Thrones Season 8's criticism. He defended the HBO series by saying that if there was any fault with the end of Thrones, is that we were all so f***ing tired, we couldn't have gone on longer. He added that he understands why viewers thought it was rushed, but also assured that there were no other alternatives because he and the rest of the cast were exhausted. Since hit TV shows like Game of Thrones are expected to churn out one epic season after another without prolonged waiting periods between installments, Kit Harrington's statement makes a lot of sense. Netflix's three-body problem has also been created by Game of Thrones showrunners David Benioff and D.B. Weiss. Unlike Game of Thrones, however, three-body problem is only scheduled to have a total of 3 seasons. This ensures that the Netflix sci-fi show's cast and crew do not have to commit to it for nearly a decade, which, as Kit Harrington pointed out, could lead to creative and physical burnout. Since three-body problem already has a well-defined timeline, its creators can equally distribute its story elements in the remaining 2 chapters to ensure its final season does not feel rushed. Game of Thrones also experienced a decline in significant storytelling quality after it drifted away from the books. Three-body problem seems to overcome this as well because the Cixin Liu book trilogy it is adapting already has a complete story. This allows Benioff and Weiss to have a fixed roadmap for how they wish to proceed with the series without worrying too much about coming up with original story ideas. Three-body problem gives Benioff-Weiss the perfect opportunity to redeem themselves. Game of Thrones' exciting follow-ups will play a crucial role in redeeming it after its Season 8 criticism. At the same time, Benioff and Weiss also seem on the right path towards finding redemption through Netflix's three-body problem. Although three-body problem is not as acclaimed and successful as Game of Thrones yet, a lot seems to be going in its favor. Subscribe to the newsletter for insights on three-body problem. Interested in how three-body problem could reshape Benioff-Weiss' legacy? Subscribe to the newsletter for thoughtful analysis, creator-focused context, adaptation breakdowns, and smart takes on storytelling choices and risks. Subscribe. By subscribing, you agree to receive newsletter and marketing emails, and accept Valnet's terms of use and privacy policy. You can unsubscribe anytime. The fact that it already seems to have overcome many of Game of Thrones' pitfalls spells a hopeful future for the Netflix sci-fi series. Hopefully, its upcoming seasons will be as incredible as they are expected to be. Your rating: close 10 stars, 9 stars, 8 stars, 7 stars, 6 stars, 5 stars, 4 stars, 3 stars, 2 stars, 1 star. Rate now 0/10. Leave a review. Your comment has not been saved. Like, follow. Followed. Game of Thrones TVMA drama action adventure fantasy 10 out of 10. 633 9. 0/10. Release date 2011-2019. 0000. Showrunner David Benioff, D.B. Weiss. Where to watch? Close. Where to watch? Streaming by based on George R.R. Martin's ongoing A Song of Ice and Fire novel series. Game of Thrones is a fantasy drama set in the fictional continents of Westeros and Essos. It follows noble families like the Starks, Lannisters, and Targaryen vying for control of the Iron Throne while a rising threat from the undead looms in the north. Cast: Kit Harrington, Isaac Hempstead Wright, Ian Glenn, Peter Dinklage, Nikolai Coster-Waldau, Emilia Clarke, Maisie Williams, Sophie Turner, John Bradley, Lena Headey, Liam Cunningham, Aidan Gillen, Alfie Allen, Conleith Hill, Rory McCann, Jerome Flynn, Jacob Anderson, Christopher Hivejew, Gwendolyn Christie, Natalie Emanuel, Carice Van Houten, Natalie Dormer, Stephen Delane, Charles Dance, Charlotte Hope, Michelle Fairley, Jack Gleason, Richard Madden, Hannah Murray, Sibel Kekili, Julian Glover, Brennock O'Connor, Rose Leslie, Michael McKelliton. Directors: David Nutter, Alan Taylor, D. B. Weiss, David Benioff. Writers: D.B. Weiss, George R.R. Martin, David Benioff. Main genre drama creators: David Benioff, D. B. Weiss. Seasons 8 powered by Expand. Collapse your rating. Close 10 stars, 9 stars, 8 stars, 7 stars, 6 stars, 5 stars, 4 stars, 3 stars, 2 stars, 1 star. Rate now 0/10. Leave a review. Your comment has not been saved. Like, follow. Followed. 3 Body Problem TVMA Fantasy Sci-Fi Drama Adventure 9 10258. 2/10. Release date March 21, 2024. Directors: Minky Spiro, Derek Sang. Where to watch. Close. Where to watch. Streaming cast: Jovan Adepo, Liam Cunningham, Isa Gonzalez, Jess Hong, Benedict Wong, Samar Usmani, John Bradley, Alex Sharp. Writers: David Benioff, D. B. Weiss, Alexander Wu. Main genre sci-fi creators: David Benioff, D.B. Weiss, Alexander Wu. Seasons 1 powered by Expand. Collapse.